Hi, this is BK Black Krishna for manfulwars.com, promoting polite patriotism to help nice ladies and gents teach kids to be, look, talk, and feel great, and locally discuss and share lots of great online content we all find offline where they live as nice, helpful, respectful people making more and improving where they live. A lot of times these days we're getting sucked into YouTube videos, other online videos, podcasts, and so on, and leaving comments for strangers or going back and forth with strangers or possibly online sock puppets or robots, especially with emojis and saying less about less. And yet we don't respect each other enough offline to discuss and share these things with each other as we drift apart offline and then get sucked more and more into the international net. And so manfulwars.com working on ways to help us deal with that and do better. And so check that out as you'd like. This video is called Heroes. Men dressed like clowns expose drag queen story hour molesting children at public libraries. And these men are heroes. And they're heroes who are really taking a stand on this issue and doing it in a fun, accessible, satirical way that really breaks this down. Because you know, if you haven't heard, I'll show you a bit of an Infowars.com article about this. This is from Infowars.com. Activists dressed as clowns protest drag queen story hour. Honk, honk, from Paul Joseph Watson at Infowars.com. And there is the article in question. And as you can see there, it says, Drag Queen Story Hour, Adult Entertainment for Kids. Welcome to Clown World. Just talk about how crazy this is. And if you haven't heard of this article will reveal a bit out of it. And these guys are heroes. And I'll include an interview they did on the Alex Jones Show with guest host Owen Schroyer below. Because they talk about how this is a much bigger story than just, so what, who cares? It's way, way, way deeper than that. So anyway, Paul Joseph Watson writes, activists dressed as clowns interrupted a local, quote, drag queen story hour event in New Orleans to draw attention to the absurdity of the situation. And again, it may take something like that to get people's attention, even from conservatives who typically don't want to make a big stink out there. Well, you're going to need some radical conservatives if you want to conserve what's being attacked. Because just being kind of to yourself and going, well, people are going to do what they do, that'll screw them, and that'll eventually screw you with what happens to them and where you live. So, you know, it's important for people out there to take stands like this and to be creative and intelligent about it. Back to this article. Drag Queen Story Hour, which first surfaced in 2015, sees men dressed as women tour public libraries and schools across the United States and Canada reading books to children. According to the group's website, the aim of the project is to capture, quote, the imagination and play of the gender fluidity of childhood and give kids glamorous, positive, and unabashedly queer role models. So they're sowing gender confusion among kids, basically, right? Now, kids should be able to be good at being boys and girls. That should be something that you're supposed to be good at. But in today's modern, radical, left-controlled, liberal establishment culture, you're supposed to take your little boy or girl and raise them gender neutral. Don't encourage them. Don't encourage them this. Don't encourage them that. Dress your little baby in a little ugly gray sack, and then they'll figure it out on their own. But if they want to switch, if your little boy wants to be a girl or your little girl wants to be a boy, then you're supposed to take that super seriously. So your boy wants to be a girl. Oh my goodness, we dressed him in a little gray bag, made sure he was gender equal, gender neutral the whole time, but now he wants to be a girl. Break out the makeup, the lipstick, the pink dresses, the this and that. Do everything that a girl would like that makes her happy, makes her feel special and pretty. Hey, yay. Why can't you do that to a normal girl? Nope, don't do that to girls. Don't do that to normal girls. Don't let them be happy girls. But if your boy changes to a girl, then of course, give him all the girly things that we've ever loved. But if it's a real one, nope, don't do that, right? Or your boy. Hey, give him Tonka trucks, this and that. Hey, boy, hey, climb a tree, scrape a knee. You be cool, young man. Don't lie. Look a man in the eye. Firm handshake. No. No, no, no. But if your girl wants to be a boy, yeah, get her some Tonka trucks, get her a construction hat, get her some hardware, get her some flannel, get her some goggles, get her a welding torch. It's like, what the heck? This is bullshit. This is crazy, right? But that's what the brainwashing is encouraging. So this is the opposite. This is to sort of encourage them to mess around and be confused and be scared. And they don't need these type of role models. You want to make this type of decision once you're late in puberty, once you hit the age of 18, fine. But to make kids think they'll get more attention for switching or being gender confused than they do for being a nice, normal, happy little boy or girl is child abuse. And that's what's being encouraged by this bullcrap. And it gets worse than that, if you can believe it gets worse than that. Back to this article. Conservatives are strongly opposed to the concept, arguing that it exposes children as young as 2 years old to sexuality. Yeah, they shouldn't be thinking about sex at all. It shouldn't be about what sex will you be, what gender will you be, what do you like, who do you like to have sex with, what do you like to put your mouth on, what do you like to put your genitals on. Yeah. You should not be exposed to that at all. If at most they kind of goof around a little bit here and there, one day he wants to do this, next day he wants to be a dinosaur, next day he wants to be an astronaut, who cares? But this is authority figures brainwashing your kids into thinking this is normal and important for them to focus on, as opposed to just random stuff they see, right? And it gets even worse than that, because in certain places, like the province of Ontario, the province, like a state, but the province, and I'm in Toronto, which is in Ontario, and other states and provinces are doing this. They're passing laws that say if your child, your 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old child wants to change genders, and you as a parent want to have the discussion with them, see if there's any issues you can deal with to make sure they don't, the state can take your child away and put them in a foster home. So this gender confusion, selling this to kids with the Drag Queen Story Hour at public libraries, this is just going to encourage more of that. More kids to go, well, I'm just a boy, not that special. But if I try to turn into a girl, I'll get lots more attention. You know who needs attention? Women and children. This is what they'll do. They'll do anything for it. They'll do stupid things, smart things. They'll eat crayons. They'll fake sick. They'll scream. Babies just freak out. This is a way of doing that, right? And with parents out there that are also gender confused, gender neutral, lying, bitchy, sketchy mess, rude, lying, bitchy, sketchy, crumpled pussy man. Fine, I'll be a rude, lying, bitchy, sketchy, crumpled pussy woman. With them being a mess with each other, it's not even like they have good role models. So this is definitely sowing way more gender confusion among children than there should be. Now, here's the American Identity Movement Twitter page. This is a tweet from the American Identity Movement, AIM. There is an identity, cultural identity. You should be able to protect that. You should be able to say, whatever, it was nothing. You can change it. We're all the same. It's like, no, that's crap, right? Unless you're made a mess and miserable, and you make sure everyone else is a miserable mess. In which case, like commie zombies, you can destroy your whole country and kill a bunch of you who think that's a bad idea. And that's a bad idea. It's been done before. It's a bad idea. It's always a bad idea. Not like what happens after that is worse. Not like you're in any position to decide things can be better if that's your approach. So this tweet says, welcome to Clown World. AIM activists dressed as clowns disrupted a local drag queen story hour, in quotes, to draw attention to the absurdity of such events, which are sadly becoming increasingly common across the country. New Orleans, Louisiana. And you can see, and there's other pictures of this, you can see other video footage of this, little kids are terrified. They're terrified of this creepy drag queen, often dressed like a clown, sometimes satanic, because you can't even say. You don't have to be good at being a man or a woman in today's world. If you're normal, 98% of people straight, you don't have to be good at being a man or a woman. If you're 2% LGBT, whatever, or 3, 4, whatever it is, 5% LGBT, you don't have to be good at it. You can do anything you want. I can say right now, you know what, BK Black Krishna for manforwars.com, I'm a badass dude. I'm good for dudes, straight up, cool. Guys want to be cool, straight up, don't lie, look a man in the eye. Got your back, dog. Women, children want to feel safe and special. No problem. I got that. I'm badass, but come on, easy. Lying bitches beg to be broken. Get off and be ignored, acting stupid. No problem. I got that. I got lots of videos. It's there doing nothing, saying something, act stupid near you, get off, happy you ignored them, because they probably want to stop, but just messed up, can't. What sick of being a miserable lying bitch with people, acting like and putting up with them. Get off me, ignored, lying bitches being broke. No problem. I got that, right? I'm not great at being a man, but I'm not horrible at it, right? So I'm good at it. Poor excuse for a man trying to get rich. No problem. And so I got that on lock. But if I decide to say BK Black Krishna from manforwars.com, badass dude, manforwars.com, get guys to man up, and other guys will man up, and women and children will chill out, and we'll be good. We want to man up, you man up. You have fun. You want to chill out, you chill out. There's women and children there. You have fun. Who cares? Life is good. But no. I'm a trans woman now. Don't say anything. I'm a trans woman. This is a trans woman goatee. See this goatee? This is a woman's goatee. See this? This is a woman's goatee. Right? See that? Don't say it's bad. It's a woman's goatee. See this? See this shirt and tie jacket? It's a woman's shirt and tie jacket. See this? Hairy brown balls, hairy brown penis? It's a woman's hairy brown balls. And it's just as good as any other woman's. Right? You like Sofia Vergara? You think she's hot? I'm just as hot as her. Right? You like Marilyn Monroe? You think she's hot? I'm just as hot as her. This goatee is as hot as Marilyn Monroe's boobs. No, I'm a trans woman. Don't say nothing. Stop. Because nobody has to be good at it anymore. So some of these activists can dress like demon clowns, like evil, satanic, pedophile demon clowns. You could show up at this drag queen event, and there've been pictures, there's video of this, there's evidence of this. It's not like you're just like, well, this person's just doing this, and they're trying to be nice, they're trying to be genteel, they're trying to fit in. No, they show up. There you go. I'm a woman. Look at my giant devil horns. Look at my skin-tight bodysuit. Look at my huge 7-inch schlong hanging down my leg. But I've got a long wig, and I put some lipstick and mascara on, so I'm a woman. Ha, ha, ha. It's like, you look like a satanic demon, right? And because there's no standards. There's no manners or standards, right? Especially when guys get into the game, and they act like bitchy bullies, and they're used to typically growing up being a girl, where you can be graceful and get attention. It's just, it's all the same. It's all the same. It's all the same. Doesn't matter. Big, fat, hairy, ugly guy, young, skinny, good-looking guy, old guy, young guy. What is the difference? Just put up with me. Put up with me acting like a girl. Yeah, put up with me. Rude, ugly girl. I'm not even trying to look like one. Just put up with me. Put up with me. Because there's no manners. There's no standards. There's no pecking order. With girls, at least you know, right? Young girls. Hey, try pretty, not sexy. Don't fuck around. Scare yourself. Make everyone uncomfortable, right? Older, whatever, try, sexy if you want when you're over the appropriate age. Old lady, smile, nice little twinkle in your eye, just everyone relaxes. Oh, what a sweet lady, right? That's all the same. It's, yeah, put up with me. Look at me, 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 right? So it's just a big mess, right? And the little kids are scared as hell of some of these drag queen demon clowns at these public libraries. And you have the liberal parents, typically liberal moms, because the women are in charge of driving the bus off a cliff and killing everybody. And the men are just, whatever, dear. Yes, dear. Not supposed to say anything. You know how it is. I know all the guys you like, all the guys you throw your bra and panties at, they'd say all sorts of shit. You go to a Tom Jones concert, it's not unusual to be loved by anyone. You 60-year-old man, here's my bra. Put your penis inside me. Why, you think he's cute? No, it's because of what he said. It's because of what he's saying and doing. That's why I respect the man. How about your own? Shh, don't say anything. So your own man can't say anything, so you respect him. But strange men can, right? Or like Robert Plant in Led Zeppelin, right? He's got his jean vest on. He's got his 70s, hairy beer gut hanging out. Lonely, 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 good time. He's like, here's my bra and panties. You think he's cute? Nah, he's not that cute, but I really like what he says. So I really want to fuck him, right? I mean, but your own man? Nope. We're in charge, right? And this is part of the brainwashing, right? Where they get us to do this, right? This is not what they like. Women typically, you can't be ugly, but you got to be decent looking, and and obviously better looking is we all react to that. We all like that more. Better looking actors, better looking models, better looking people in movies, no doubt. It's all good. We all like to see good looking people. But ultimately, if you'll see why, average-ish dudes can attract hot girls, it's because of what they say or what they do, or because they were successful, they have money or ambition, or they're artistic. It's because they express themselves, right? And yet, generally speaking, we're not supposed to act like people we admire. And this goes with all the trans stuff too, whatever, right? And that's why if you don't have a check on this, eventually it'll bite you in the ass. You might be like, whatever, buddy, people just do what they want. Yeah, you see what the hell happens to your girl if you don't friggin' learn about the world and make sure she doesn't just do what she has to do to get along with other fucking girls, right? She's going to get some shit that's going to get in her head. It's going to kill you both, right? Just like the people fighting over their kids, where your 4-year-old boy wants to, I want to be a girl. And mom's like, yes, yes, this will get me more attention from my crazy bitch friends. Yes, yes, my boy's turning into a girl. Everyone look at me. Look what I've got to deal with. This trans child needs special care. You know, honey, if he was just a boy and good at it, he wouldn't need any special anything. He'd be fine. He'd be good for himself. And other people, no, no, no. And then they get divorced. They fight over it. And she's got to be winning because of the new culture. It's crazy, right? That's why you cut this stuff off early. Even with my girls. She's like, I said the economy's going to be bad. I'm like, if we're not going to look into it or discuss it, let me just set this straight. The next 6 months, they're going to say, economy's good, go buy stuff. Who cares, right? Like, if we want to get into it, we'll get into it. If not, we'll get the hell out of it fast. You don't let the world mess up your girl, right? Otherwise, this is what happens. And then you get these moms at the Drag Queen Story Hour pushing little 2, 3-year-old, 4-year-old kids towards these creepy guys dressed like ugly women, and even normal guys acting like ugly women. So it just sort of destroys your defenses against, the real creeps, the real pedos and perverts and scumbags out there in disguise. And these little babies have looks in their face like, I don't want to go close to any stranger, let alone that one dressed like that with that creepy look in their eyes. Come on, little 2, 3-year-old boy or girl. It's a man dressed like a woman. There's nothing better than that. It's at the public library. Right? And so I'll show you this video, which shows that from the American Identity Movement at AIM_America on Twitter. And then I'll get back into this article a bit.
Turn around.
The drag queen shaking his ass for little kids. There's a scared little boy. There's the happy little mom. Oh, look at you. Please like this. I don't want to look stupid in front of everybody. And there's the American Identity Movement. And that is a sample of their protest in New Orleans, where these guys are like, you like clowns? You like clowns at libraries? Here, we'll show you clowns at libraries, and we'll show you how stupid it is to have these men dressed like ugly woman clowns at libraries. Again, no, not even being good or bad at it. Not even being good for other adults or good for kids. Some of these guys might have been molested themselves as a kid or confused or whatever. A lot of times they just want to, say, well, my experiences wasn't that bad. Your kids should be able to go through it, right? To make themselves feel better. Not like, I had a bad experience, nobody should go through that. I'm trying to get over it, and, please help me be good at being an adult for other adults and for kids. In a lot of cases, this is the opposite. And even pedophiles who've been abused often were abused by pedophiles as kids. So they deserve some sympathy, but they shouldn't take it so far that they think other kids should be molested too. And that's what tends to happen. And, and so getting more into this article from Paul Joseph Watson. The backlash grew last month after it was revealed that a man who was charged with sexually assaulting a child was allowed to read to kids at a library in Houston. And this is insane. And I saw the interview with a woman from massresistance.org. Massresistance.org. I strongly recommend you check out their website and their YouTube channel, massresistance.org. It's groups of concerned parents and other concerned adults around the world defending the family and defending kids in different cities around the world. Massresistance.org. Now, typically, if you're going to work anywhere near kids, in a library, at a school, or even visit a school, they do police background checks on you. But if you're a man dressed like a woman, or acting like a woman, or dressing like a demon clown, sort of, but with some female mascara on, then forget it. We shouldn't say anything. Don't do anything. They're a protected species, protected class. They can go anywhere, do anything. How about a normal guy, a badass dude? He's got something to say. Shh. Nothing. But what if I put on a clown wig and a dress and mascara and by some of my big hairy beard, can I come in and put your little kid on my lap and read him a story? Sure, come on in. We'll do whatever you say, whatever you want. Come on in. Here's my 2-year-old, 3-year-old. Put him on your lap, right? That's how insane this is. The backlash grew last month after it was revealed that a man who was charged with sexually assaulting a child was allowed to read to kids at a library in Houston. It was actually 2 guys at that Houston library caught by the Houston chapter of massresistance.org. 2 guys at that same Houston library who were not background checked because they were wearing dresses. So pedophiles, people who sexually assault kids, right? The guy went to jail for this, right? They showed his picture, and massresistance.org tracked down their social media, their Instagram, tried to find out their real identity because they were in disguise with all the makeup and the wig and the dress and all this crap. And they were like, this is a convicted pedophile. And he was not given a background check because he was dressed like a woman, clown, demon. And so he was allowed to go to the library and put little kids on his lap and read to them, right? And get closer and closer to kids who he could eventually molest, because they typically get in positions where they could get close enough to kids to molest them. And this just didn't happen because of this obsession with kind of bending over backwards for this bullshit, right? Not that normal, trans, whatever, this and that wasn't the issue. The problem is when it's not about tolerating people that are kind of with you. It's about pushing your way into society, trying about confusing, abusing kids, messing with parents. Because otherwise nobody cared. We didn't care. There have been trannies around for years. We never cared, right? It was just what, as long as you're not horrible at being a man or a woman, we never gave a shit, right? It was not a big deal. It was just a few here and there. They weren't trying to push an agenda to make everyone put up with and go along with them. So because they weren't trying to push an agenda and push anyone around and confuse anybody or confuse or brainwash kids, it was just like, so who cares, right? But this is much different. This is pedophiles disguised like this so they can have access to kids. And this isn't just the only 2. There's more out there. Anyway, back to this article. Activists with the American Identity Movement decided to protest a drag queen story hour in New Orleans by dressing up as clowns and crashing the event. They carried a banner which read, "Drag Queen Story Hour, Adult Entertainment for Kids. Welcome to Clown World, honk honk." Judging from the clip the group posted to Twitter, they were asked to leave in a hurry, but managed to make their point. The Clown World meme is based on the premise that identity politics has left Western society so muddled and confused that the only way to respond to it is with nihilism in clown form. And people are making videos about how we are living in Clown World, and that's how this article ends. Now, in furtherance of this article by Paul Joseph Watson from Infowars.com, there's an interview that I'll include below with Owen Schroyer, where they talk about how this is a worldwide network. This is an organized network. This isn't just a couple of drag queens in your local town that got together and decided, you know what, we're going to work up the courage to try and read to kids. There is a worldwide globalist pedophile network organizing these events in different cities around the world. They're figuring out how to do this, what works. They're making sure they don't use their own cars. You can't track their license plate numbers. They're showing up in Ubers or taxis, and they're showing up heavily made up. So even if you are a pedophile, you know, who's on a wanted list of you can't be within 500 yards of a school or any place little kids might be, they're like, well, I put on this dress and makeup. Now I can walk right in and put your child in my lap. this is being organized by people that want to do this. And ultimately, this promotion of the trans kids thing is part of promoting pedophilia. Because if you do this to kids, if you let people do this to kids, then of course, why wouldn't you accept pedophilia? You know, why wouldn't you accept the next logical step in this illogical, insane way of looking at things? So I'll put a link to this article below. And I'll put a link to this excellent interview with the guys from the American Identity Movement and Owen Schroyer, which I saw some of. And yeah, and these guys are heroes. They're heroes dressed as clowns. And if that's what you got to do to be a hero today, then it's most definitely worth it. So, BK Black Krishna from manforwars.com. Feel free to comment, subscribe, get in touch, or donate to the manforwars.com efforts. There are links below. Otherwise, I hope this helps, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.